Thank you, Acting Speaker, and it's a pleasure to see you in the chair this afternoon. This is a bill that this side of the House does not oppose because we recognise how helpful this will be, particularly in the regions, the Drugs, Poisons and Controlled Substances Amendment Paramedic Practitioners Bill 2024. And I spend a lot of time with our hero paramedics. I have a lot of them in the family. Shout out in particular to the team leader in Robinvale, who's on maternity leave at the moment, having just given birth to a baby girl, which is fantastic. And she's also a cousin of mine, which is fantastic. But this bill that proposes to amend the Drugs, Poisons and Controlled Substances Act to establish paramedic practitioners as a class of registered paramedics and to authorise paramedic practitioners to obtain, possess, use, sell and supply certain substances is a step in the right direction to hopefully keeping people out of our EDs. Because we know that in the regions, and particularly Mildura-based public hospital, who has an emergency department that is about 30 beds too small and has been for about 15 years now, it really needs some pressure taken off it. And this is also another avenue, I think, for paramedics to have that, not only to work to their full scope of practice, but also to enable paramedics to have continuity of care of some patients, much like the community paramedic program. And I know I talk about this a lot, Acting Speaker. The community paramedic program that is provided by Sunraysia Community Health in the Sunraysia region has changed the landscape, and it's actually changed the life of our community paramedics, including Travis, who was here doing health checks a month or so ago and talking about the community paramedic program. And one of the things that Trav said was that it allows that rapport and relationship building that otherwise paramedics don't often get. You know, it's sometimes it can be quite a traumatic experience, or it's that one-on-one, hospital, maybe there is some wait time there, but you don't get a lot of contact with patients beyond that. And the community paramedic program in particular has demonstrated how paramedics do want to evolve. They do want to keep, upskilling, and the clause 4 in this bill that defines a paramedic practitioner as a registered paramedic who has completed a prescribed postgraduate qualification and satisfies the prescribed experience requirements of the completion of Master of Paramedic Practitioners by Monash University. And we have a Monash University School of Rural Health in Mildura, you'll be happy to know, and they do a fabulous job. If we had a La Trobe, well, we do have a La Trobe University, and we've just opened the Dr. Deb Neal wing for nursing, which is state-of-the-art. La Trobe University have invested a huge amount of money into this facility, which is fantastic, capable of delivering that biomedical science degree, which then would allow end-to-end learning for GPs through Monash School of Rural Health as well. So you have that end-to-end learning that students could do in Mildura under the guidance of Dr. Travis Taggart. That is the end goal. That would be brilliant to have more GPs, but obviously having Monash University in Mildura is also really important for the paramedics that want to upskill to paramedic practitioners, which is, again, allowing them to have another avenue, because there are some frustrations with some of my paramedic friends and family. I had a paramedic grad in the office last week who is a friend of some of my team, who is so passionate about healthcare and has already done a bit of work at the Hatter Hospital that Dr. Trav does set up during that amazing event to be the healthcare provider there when people inevitably have a spill and break bones and injure themselves coming off dirt bikes. But that kind of medicine is what I think paramedics, that's what they do. They love it, and they will take any avenue to be able to work in that space. but being able to upskill and have other avenues. The graduate that I was talking to last week was saying that it's so hard for her and her classmates to get a job. Can't get a job. She's devastated. So, and there's her entire class are having real trouble just because of the lack of supervision. She doesn't want to move away from Mildura. She wants to practice in the regions, but the fact that she can't get a job. I think there's around 1,200 graduate paramedics that are looking for jobs at the moment, approximately, that can't get jobs because there isn't enough of those in supervision roles. That's really, really alarming for those that are going into paramedicine and can't get a job when our healthcare system is crumbling. So upskilling to this paramedic practitioner role, but of course you've got to be able to get there first. Acting Speaker, I was talking about Sunraysia Community Health and the Community Paramedic Program earlier, and I also heard the member for Lowan refer to this fabulous program, and it really is. And the investment that's needed, and there's been lots of talk, and I did speak to the Minister for Health about this earlier, that the community paramedic is federally funded, not through Sunraysia Community Health. When it's delivered through community health, it's state funding model. And community health providers just don't get the credit or the funding they deserve. They just don't. They are the underdog in the healthcare system, particularly Darren Midgley and his team and Janet Hicks and their team at Sunraysia Community Health. They bat so far above their weight with the funding that they're allocated, and they are delivering the community paramedic program. And Travis said in the South Library at the function that they only need $6 million. You could fund it statewide. Imagine what it would give current paramedics another avenue to practice. It would alleviate pressure on those already overfilled emergency departments and hospitals that are clearly under pressure. We saw the annual report for Mildura-based public hospital come out today. Oh, it is looking awful. Absolutely awful. Robinvale District Health Services, which is an MPS, which leads me to my next point. The MPS is a multi-purpose service, healthcare service, block funded to deliver what the community needs. Imagine if community health services like Sunraysia Community Health were block funded to be able to allocate the funding that their community needs, because funding for Sunraysia Community Health is going to be different to what is needed in Horsham. Very different populations, very different communities. It's going to be different to what Colac needs. Imagine if all the way right through the regions in particular, Maryborough is obviously very, very different again to Mildura and Horsham again. Imagine what could be done if those community health services were actually funded in a way that they could utilise them, alleviate some of the audits and the reporting that needs to be done, and just allow them to get on with the job. And then we could have community paramedics in the right around regional Victoria, taking the pressure off the hospital system. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, that's maybe a utopian or common sense wish, and it appears that common sense and utopia are used in the same sentence as far as the government's concerned. But the paramedic practitioner bill is one that we support. Again, I know that the Shadow Minister for Health and Ambulance Services in the other place has done an extensive amount of stakeholder engagement. I've done my own piece of stakeholder engagement with those on the front line that are in the ambulances, that are community paramedics, that are team leaders, that are community engagement people, that are even the ASOs and the community paramedics, the ACOs. They are all in favour of this because they recognise that there is a huge need for. We just need more money put into the health service, and it should be a priority. What a novel idea. So this should be a good thing. We will wait and see. The devil is always in the detail with these things, always in the detail. We'll see what happens when it comes to regulating this service. But for now, it is something that I have said earlier, Acting Speaker, it's a step in the right direction.